Okay, my family tree. I have 2 siblings. See, I'm going to draw a station. This is me. I have a younger brother, but he's taller than me now. And a sister. Finger hair. Our parents. They both come from a big family. That guy's laughing already. They have 6 siblings. 1, 2, 3, 4 aunts. I actually like to name them Uma, Gu, Ze, my uncle. I'm the youngest auntie, and that was one that died in my grandma's tummy. I think he was a boy. Yeah. And so, as our family, I've lived with my grandma and my granddad all my life. So this makes my mom. I have so many siblings. I'm gonna just quickly write it down. That's my It's 2, that's 3. The grandma and grandpa of my mother's side, I have to say grandpa is more of my favorite, but he killed himself when I was 7. That was a big shock to me. I heard some story about my granddad from my father's side. I have a阿爺嘅兄弟叫做三叔公，二叔公。They are still alive, but in different part of China. Well, actually, my 三叔公 is in 廈門, and my 二叔公 is in Taiwan. That because one of them are not actually blood related to my granddad. When my granddad passed away almost 3 years ago, I went to see my Isokong in Taiwan on my own to listen to some old story from him, but I really just can't remember the whole story. And I kind of know more about my grandmother. My grandmother had a very successful dad who was a doctor. Not a 唔係西醫 it's more like a local doctor who helped around in the neighborhood, and I heard that his name is in a temple in Aberdeen. But what my grandma did when she was young, I guess, she burned all the doctor's notes from my granddad from my great granddad when he passed away. So that's been lost. But because of that, my grandma was actually quite a powerful woman, because she was brought up in that way that she had a lot of maids in her home, and she was very pretty and tall, and I think that made her a little bit too proud of herself. So she had trouble living with my granddad. And drawings. So if I were to talk about a place that I lived in, the place that I remember most was the biggest house that we lived in together. It was a combined flat that has 2 doors. Anyhow, it was originally one apartment here, and then as my dad gotten too crazy in his mind, he bought the other flats and we combined them. So me and my brother, we stayed on this side, and I was in the master bedroom. My brother's room was here, and these flats both got a terrace that around that big. We used to do a lot of planting together, but and also because my granddad and my grandmom, they weren't very peacefully living together. So my granddad would stay in the living room here to watch TV with his plants, and my grandma would be on the other side watching TV. There was that night. We had dinner together, and my granddad and my grandma had a really big fight. It was physical. I was scared to that. My granddad's bedroom was on the other side of the house, I was the only one in the family who went to talk to him after the fight, and immediately I went to call my dad in my bedroom. It wasn't my bedroom because I moved apartment, so that was my old bedroom. I'm sorry. So I called my dad there, and I was so scared. But I was also very surprised that the rest of my family just didn't talk about that afterwards. They were playing mahjong. Like they tried to act normal. That's why I really hate mahjong just that much, because I really hate the fact that there's a place or an area in the home where people could pretend that they didn't see anything when a lot of things were happening in the entire mess. It's going to be a very long story. I don't really know so far about my family tree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.